The purpose of the penultimate drill is to learn how to translate your horizontal speed into vertical displacement. One of the most important skills of dunking is learning that last step, which is supposed to be the most powerful, fastest, and explosive step of the entire process of takeoff. In order to translate your horizontal momentum into vertical displacement, you have to start high, go low, and then end high. And so we are starting in this athletic position. Notice that the hips are open to the rim. And so if we're going left-right from the left side of the rim, our right leg is forward. So we're pushing off the right leg, and then we're going left-right, and then that gets us into the vertical displacement of the jump. And then simultaneously, the most natural thing to do on the right side is to perform a right-left dunk. So again, your hips are open towards the basket and you are pushing off your left leg and you are finishing right-left, and then you go into your vertical displacement. The height at which your body starts is really dependent on your body type, but what we're really looking for is when we move forward, we get a drop in the shin. The length of your penultimate or the lower that you get isn't necessarily what you want to look for. What you want to look for is as you move forward, does that shin drop? Does the knee move towards the ground? And that is what is going to determine your ability to turn that horizontal speed into vertical displacement. Generally speaking, the more speed you approach the rim at, the shorter your penultimate step is going to be, and the more powerful and explosive that you're approaching the rim, the longer. But what's more important than the quote-unquote form is learning how your body is going to utilize the penultimate step in the best way possible. So just make sure that you give it a lot of variety and you change up the situations, change up the way that you hold the basketball, change up the way that you approach the rim, so you can go with two hands, one hand, right hand, left hand, and just give your body that variety. It is helpful for variety purposes to practice this with 1 foot takeoff, but the reality is that 1 foot takeoff is typically going to be more beneficial when there is more speed involved. So practicing it with a little bit more steps is going to be better for 1 foot jumping, but you can practice it with 1 foot, and all the rules apply: that open hip, dropping the shin, and then taking off on 1 foot, giving some variety. For specificity and dopamine purposes, you really want to utilize a ball in your hand and dunking on, a low rim or a rim that allows you to actually get a lot of makes. But if you don't have access to these things, you can just as easily, do this, with something else in your hand, or just practice this movement and just create something that invokes that dopamine and just allows you to practice this movement in a variety of different ways.